Hello and welcome to ASMR David Battenberg Cake Reads Fairytales podcast, episode 2, Hands in Luck. Oh my goodness, you are in luck. We are about to read Hands in Luck. And if it's anything like episode 1, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very normal story with no weird shenanigans taking place whatsoever. Isn't that right, Big Mick?
That's right, David. Yep, no shenanigans will take place in the story. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very straightforward and no one is going to die of cholera.
Excellent, thank you, Big Mick. Hopefully no cholera death. Right, so here we go, team. Super Majestic, Chapter 2 of the Grimm Fairy Tales. Here is Hands in Luck. Some men are born to good luck. All they do, or try to do, comes right. Oh my goodness, that's lucky. All that falls to them is so much gain. Oh wow, loads of luck. All their geese are swans. Oh my goodness, but what if they were geese handlers? And they'd be like, well, I can't find my geese, they've all turned into swans. All their cards are trumps. Oh my goodness, all their cards owned by Donald Trump. Oh my goodness. Toss them which way you will, they will always, like poor puss, alight upon their legs and only move on so much the faster. Okay, I'm sure that made sense. The world may very likely not always think of them as they think of themselves, but what care they for the world? What can it know about the matter? Well, nothing, it's the world, and these are the lucky few. One of these lucky beings was Neighbour Hans. Oh my goodness. Hello, Neighbour Hans. 7 long years he had worked hard for his master. Well, why is that lucky? At last he said, "Master, my time is up. I must go home and see my poor mother once more. So pray, pay me my wages and let me go." And the master said,
"You have been a faithful and good servant, Hans. So your pay shall be handsome." Oh my goodness, it's going to be well handsome it is.
Then he gave him a lump of silver as big as his head. What? Oh my goodness. Now that, I'm assuming Hans probably has a rather large head, doesn't he? Thinks of himself very highly. So that is one big bit of silver. Oh my goodness. Hans took out his pocket handkerchief, put the piece of silver into it. What? How big was his handkerchief? The silver was as big as his head. My goodness, he had massive pockets, didn't he? Threw it over his shoulder and jogged off on his road homeward. As he went lazily on, jogging, just a lazy jog, dragging one foot after another, he was on a drag, not a jog. Oh my goodness. A man came in sight, trotting gaily along on a capital horse. Oh my goodness, you wait till you'd seen this horse. It was a right capital horse, it was. "Ah," said Hans aloud, "what a fine thing that is to ride on horseback." Got him. There he sits, as easy and happy as if he was at home in the chair by his fireside. He trips against no stones, saves shoe leather, and gets on he hardly knows how. Oh my goodness, hardly has any idea how he's getting on, doesn't he? Hans did not speak so softly, but the horseman heard it all and said,
"Well, friend, why do you go on foot then?"
"Ah," said he, "I have this load to carry. To be sure, it is silver, but it is so heavy that I can't hold up my head, and you must know it hurts my shoulders, sadly." Just my shoulders, though, thankfully.
"What do you say we make an exchange?"
said the horseman.
"I will give you my horse, and you shall give me the silver, which will save you a great deal of trouble in carrying such a heavy load about with you."
With all my pages turning. We apologise for the break in David Battenberg Case podcast. The page has now been turned. "Heart," said Hans, "but As you are so kind to me, I must tell you one thing. You will have a weary task to draw that silver about with you." However, the horseman got off, took the silver, helped Hans up, gave him the bridle into one hand and the whip into the other, and said,
"When you want to go very fast, smack your lips loudly together and cry, 'Jip! Jip!'"
Hans was delighted as he sat on the horse, drew himself up, squared his elbows, turned out his toes, turned them out, oh my goodness, fair enough, cracked his whip, and rode merrily off. 1 minute whistling a merry tune, and another singing. Oh my goodness, it's Hans' sing-along time. Here we go. No care and no sorrow, a fig for the morrow. We'll laugh and be merry, sing neigh down Derry. Not the greatest lyrics of all time, are they? After a time, he thought he should like to go a little faster, so he smacked his lips and cried, "Jip!" Away went the horse, full gallop. Oh my goodness, full gallop. And before Hans knew what he was about, he was thrown off and lay on his back by the roadside. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, silly, silly Hans. His horse would have run off if a shepherd who was coming... his horse would have run off if a shepherd who was coming by, driving a cow, had not stopped it. Oh my goodness, thank you, cow shepherd. We would have been absolutely screwed without you, cow shepherd. Oh. Hans soon came to himself and got upon his legs again, sadly vexed, and said to the shepherd, "This riding is no joke. When a man has the luck to get upon a beast like this, that stumbles and flings him off as if it would break his neck. However, I'm off now once for all. I like your cow now a great deal better than this smart beast that played me this trick and has spoilt my best coat. Oh my goodness, it's my absolute best coat, you see, in this puddle, which, by the by, smells not very like a nosegay." Oh my goodness, that's it, the smell of nosegays. Absolutely everywhere. Oh my goodness, yes. One can walk along at one's leisure behind that cow, keep good company, and have milk, butter and cheese every day into the bargain. No chance of any nosegay. What would I give to have such a prize?
"Well," said the shepherd, "if you are so fond of her, I will change my cow for your horse. I like to do good to my neighbours, even though I lose by it myself."
Oh, I don't know. Do you trust him? I'm not sure. "Done," said Hans merrily. Oh my goodness, sorry. "Done," said Hans merrily. What a noble heart that good man has, thought he. Then the shepherd jumped upon the horse, wished Hans and the cow good morning, and away he rode.
"Good morning, you suckers."
What was that you said there?
"Oh, nothing, just riding away."
Hans brushed his coat, wiped his face and hands, rested a while, and then drove off his cow quietly. Hans wiped his hands. Oh my goodness. And thought his bargain a very lucky one. Oh my goodness, what a silly sausage. If I have only a piece of bread, and I certainly shall always be able to get that. Absolutely. If there's one thing you can guarantee you can always get at any point in life, it's bread. That's right. Bakers on every corner in every section of the universe, isn't it? Absolutely certain we can always get some bread. Phew. I can, whenever I like, eat my butter and cheese with it. You've got to make the butter and cheese first. You don't just get... There's not a section of the cow where you get butter. You don't tweak one teat for butter and tweak one teat for cheese. Hans, I don't think you quite understand how cows work. Oh my goodness. And when I am thirsty, I can milk my cow and drink the milk. That's it, straight from the teat. Oh my goodness. And what can I wish for more? Maybe some sort of filtration system, just in case, your cow has got some sort of diseases. You don't want to be drinking straight from the teat if the cow is diseased. Hans, I don't think you should be owner of a cow, I think you might have stumbled into a bit of a dodgy transaction here, my friend. Oh my goodness. When he came to an inn, he halted, ate up all his bread. Oh, well, that's all right, 'cause don't worry, you can always get more bread. There's always more bread under every rock. If you look around the corner, oh, look at that rock under there, bread, super majestic. Oh my goodness. And gave away his last penny for a glass of beer. Oh my goodness, super majestic. When he had rested himself, he set off again, driving his cow towards his mother's village. But the heat grew greater as soon as none came on, till at last, as he found himself on a wide heath that would take him more than an hour to cross, he began to be so hot and parched that his tongue clave to the roof of his mouth. I can find a cure for this, thought he. Milk. Now I will milk my cow, there we go, and quench my thirst. That's right, suck on that tee-tee. On the nip-nops. That's it. Come on, hands. Get your hands around those nip-nops. Get that milk. Oh, my goodness. So he tied her to the stump of a tree and held his leathern cap to milk into. Just go straight for the nip-nops. But not a drop was to be had. Oh, my goodness. Who would have thought that this cow, which was to bring him milk and butter and cheese, was all that time utterly dry? Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness, Hans had not thought of looking to that, hadn't thought to check if there was any milk, cheese or butter on board the cow before he exchanged his majestic horse for it. Oh my goodness. While he was trying his luck in milking and managing the matter very clumsily, the uneasy beast began to think him very troublesome, and at last gave him such a kick on the head as knocking him down. And there he lay a long while, senseless, absolutely beaten senseless. Luckily, a butcher soon came by, driving a pig in a wheelbarrow. Of course, oh my goodness, here comes butcher with pig in wheelbarrow. What is the matter with you, my man? Said the butcher, as he helped him up. Hans told him what had happened, how he was dry and wanted to milk his cow, but found the cow was dry too. Then the butcher gave him a flask of ale, oh my goodness, saying, There, drink and refresh yourself. Your cow will give you new milk. Don't you see, she's an old beast, good for nothing but the slaughterhouse. Oh, keep your voice down, she can hear, oh my goodness. Alas, alas, said Hans. Who would have thought it? What a shame to take my horse and give me only a dry cow. If I kill her, what will she be good for? Well, beef. Oh my goodness. I hate cow beef. Oh my goodness, Hans. Well, then just don't kill her. Oh my goodness. It is not tender enough for me. If it were a pig now, like that fat gentleman you're driving along at your ease, one could do something with that. Looking at you, bacon boy. It would at any rate make sausages. Oh my goodness, that's right. You still need something to process the sausage meat, Hans. I don't think Hans has any clear understanding of the food industry at all, does he? Well, said the butcher, I don't like to say no, but one is asked to do a kind, neighbourly thing. To please you, I will change and give you my fine fat pig for your dry cow. Heaven reward you for your kindness and self-denial, said Hans, as he gave the butcher the cow. You absolute silly sausage. You're not even going to get any sausages out of this. And taking the pig off the wheelbarrow, drove it up, holding it by the string that was tied to its leg. Oh my goodness. So on he jogged, and all seemed now to go right with him. He had met with some misfortunes, to be sure, but he was now well repaid for all. Oh my goodness. How could it be otherwise with such a travelling companion as he had at last got? The next man he met was a countryman carrying a fine white goose. Oh my goodness, fine white goose, super majestic. The countryman stopped to ask what was o'clock. What was a clock? A clock is a device with which you tell the time, countryman. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this led to further chat. Oh my goodness, you had no idea what a clock was, you silly sausage. And Hans told him all his luck, how he had so many good bargains and how all the world went gay and smiling with him. Oh my goodness, Hans, you lived in a gay world. Super majestic. You should have stayed there, Hans. The countryman then began to tell his tale and said he was going to take the goose to a christening. Okay, taking the goose to a christening. That's right. Always christen your geese. Feel, said he, how heavy it is, and yet it is only 8 weeks old. My accent keeps going all over the place. Oh, you've got no idea where I'm from. I'm the most crazy countryman you've ever met. Whoever roasts... Oh, yeah, you've never been to a goose christening, Emma? Oh, my goodness, they are top of the range. And eats, it will find plenty of fat upon it. It has lived so well. You're right, said Hans, as he weighed it in his hand. Hans weighing goose in his hands. He's got the whole goose in his hands. But if you talk of fat, my pig is... Oh, sorry, this is the other guy. But if you talk of fat, my pig is no trifle. No, it's not. It's a pig. It's not a trifle. Can't you tell that, Hans? Trifle's got custard layers. It's a pig. Meantime, the countryman began to look grave. Oh, he was looking at graves, working out where he was going to be buried. Fair enough. And shook his head. Oh, my goodness, none of these graves are any good, are they? Hark ye, said he, my worthy friend, you seem a good sort of fellow, so can't help doing you a kind turn. Your pig may get you into a scrape. In the village I just came from, the squire has had a pig stolen out of his sty. I was dreadfully afraid when I saw you that you had got that squire's pig. Oh my goodness. If you have and they catch you, it'll be a bad job for you. Oh my goodness, you'll have to work in like Walmart or something. The least they will do will be to throw you into the horse pond. There's a whole pond for horses. Oh my goodness, it's lovely though. You want to go in the horse pond, but you don't want to be thrown in there. You want to walk in slowly when the horses are there, because it's great fun to go swimming with them. Can you swim? Can you swim with the horses? Poor Hans was sadly frightened. Oh my goodness. Good man, cried he, pray get me out of this scrape. I know nothing of where the pig was either bred or born, but he may have been the squire's, for aught I can tell. You know this country better than I do. Take my pig and give me that goose. Oh, my gooseness. I ought to have something into this bargain, said the countryman. Give a fat goose for a pig? Indeed, 'tis not everyone who would do so much for you as that. However, I will not be so hard upon you, as you're in trouble. And I do like me a pig. And I did make up all that nonsense pig story. Yeah. Then he took the string in his hand and drove off the pig by a side path. Oh my goodness, that's it. Always take your pigs down your side paths. While Hans went on the way, homeward, free from care. After all, thought he, that chap is pretty well taken in. I don't care whose pig it is, but wherever it came from, it has been a very good friend to me. Oh, he was my best friend, that pig. Oh, I think I was going to make sausages out of him. Oh, I have much the best of the bargain. First, there will be a capital roast. Then the fat will find me in goose grease for 6 months. Oh, my goodness. How big was this goose? Oh, my goodness. And then there are all the beautiful white feathers. I will put them into my pillow, and then I am sure I shall sleep soundly without rocking. How happy my mother will be. Talk of a pig, indeed. Ha, ha, ha. Give me a fine fat goose. That's exactly what Mum's going to say. And he came to the next village. He saw a scissor grinder with his wheel, working and singing. Oh, that's more gaze. Fair enough. Oh, my goodness. Over hill and over dale, so happy I roam. Work light and live well, all the world's my home. Then who so blithe, so merry as I? Hans stood, looking on for a while, and at last said, You must be well off, Master Grinder. You seem so happy at your work, and clearly an excellent singer. Yes, said the other. Mine is a golden trade. A good grinder never puts his hand into his pocket without finding money in it. You know why? Because he's a skinflint. He never gives any of his money to anybody, ever, ever, ever. In the whole history of life, no grinder has ever given any money to anybody. Where was I? But where did you get that beautiful goose? Oh my goodness, I'm getting straight to the point. I want to know all about that goose. Where'd you get that? I did not buy it. I gave a pig for it. And where'd you get that pig? I gave a cow for it. And the cow? I gave a horse for that. And the horse? I gave a lump of silver as big as my head for it. Sorry, I'm getting my voices confused there. I gave a lump of silver as big as my head for it that I managed to fit in my pocket handkerchief, apparently, yes. And the silver? Oh, I worked hard for that. 7 long years I worked for that. And absolutely. Exchanged it all in for a horse. You have thriven well in the world, Hever-ratatouille, said the grinder. Now, if you could find money in your pocket whenever you put your hand in it, your fortune would be made. Very true. But how is that to be managed? How? Why, you must turn grinder, like myself. That's right. Oh my goodness. You got to just sign up on Grinder. That's right, Hans. Then you will be in luck. Oh my goodness, Hans. All of your gay dreams will be coming true now that you've signed up to Grinder, said the other. You only want a grindstone. The rest will come of itself. As long as you've got a grindstone, you can get a grinder, no problem. Here is one that is but little the worse for wear. Oh my goodness. I would not ask more than that the value of your goose for it. Will you buy it? I'll swap you my rubbity old grindstone for your goose. How can you ask? Said Hans. I should be the happiest man in the world if I could have money whenever I put my hand in my pocket and tickle on my ding-a-ling. What could I want more? There's the goose. Now, no, said the grinder, as he gave him a common rough stone that lay by his side. This is a most capital stone. Do but work it well enough, and you will make an old nail cut with it. Oh my goodness, you cut an old nail. Oh my goodness, he is such an absolute idiot, isn't he? Hans, oh my goodness, think for 1 second. Use your brain, Hans. Oh my goodness. Stop thinking with your little ding-a-ling. Hans took the stone and went his way with a light heart. Oh my goodness, what an absolute plum. His eyes sparkled for joy. Oh, my eyes sparkle for you too, Joy. And he said to himself, surely I must have been born in a lucky hour. Everything I could want or wish for comes of itself. People are so kind. They seem really to think I do them a favour in letting them make me rich and giving me good bargains. Oh my goodness. Meantime, he began to be tired and hungry too, for he had given away his last penny in his joy at getting the cow. And where's that bread? Oh my goodness, it's meant to be infinite bread for you, Hans. At last he could go no further, for the stone tired him sadly, and he dragged himself to the side of a river, that he might take a drink of water and rest a while. So he laid the stone carefully by his side on the bank, but as he stooped down to drink, he forgot it, pushed it a little, and down it rolled, plump into the stream. Wow, wow. Silly sausage. For a while, he watched it sinking in the deep, clear water. You could still see it sinking. You couldn't have reached down to get it. Oh, my goodness. Then sprung up and danced for joy. That's it, Joy. I'm going to dance for you now. Dancing for joy. And again, fell upon his knees and thanked heaven. With tear in his eyes, just one tear, tears in his eyes, for its kindness in taking away his only plague, the ugly heavy stone. How happy am I, cried he. Nobody was ever so lucky as I. Then up he got with a light heart, free from all his troubles, and walked on till he reached his mother's house. and told her how very easy the road to good luck was. And unfortunately, his mother had very, very recently, in the last few hours, died of cholera. The end. There we go. Hands in luck. Oh my goodness. What did you make of that, Big Mick?
I thought that was very, very stupid, David. I don't know about you, but I think Hans was an absolute plum.
I tend to agree with you, Big Mick. I think he had very, very plum-like qualities. Oh my goodness. And what about that cholera death at the end?
Oh yeah, there's always a bit of cholera death at the end, David. That's how they end.
Super majestic. Well, there we go. Here endeth episode 2 of ASMR David Battenberg Cake Reads Fairytales podcast. This was chapter 2, Hands in Luck. Oh my goodness, you are super majestic. I love you all from the Battenberg of my Battenberg. Please do like, share and subscribe. Leave me comments and come and check us out on TikTok, where you can see these being made live. Oh my goodness, you're the greatest. And join in the Doodle Show. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Wow, that was a great show, Big Mick. How do you think that went?
That went very well, David, yes. Good episode 2. Let's do another one.
Well, not right now. I need a little break.
Okay, Big Mick, that's fine. Yeah, I'm Big Mick. I don't know why I was saying Big Mick.
Okay, I'm going to sit down now. Bye.